We made it to Cambodia.
Hello, Cambodia.
Or as the kids say,
Cambodia. Very
Great.
mature of them.
Great.
Quite the journey from New Zealand.
Yeah.
But we set foot in Siem Reap Airport, and it was immediately clear that this was very different than New Zealand. Super hot, very different culture, but we were excited to go. And we were greeted by a man with my name
Oh yeah.
to take us on our way. Made me feel real special.
One of the main things on our to-do list for Cambodia was visiting the Angkor Wat temples.
Yeah, the temples are iconic within Cambodia and Siem Reap, but you can't get the tickets for the temples directly at the temples themselves. You have to go to a ticket office. And so while the kids are free at these temples, Kelly got a 3-day pass for the temples.
Yeah.
But I went with the old 7-day pass. I don't think many people get this pass, but we were there long enough. And so I had to do it to get all my exploring in, and it was really cool.
Thank you very much. Look at that. Fancy.
And so the first morning we were there, I headed out to Angkor Wat. Kind of a rite of passage, it felt like, was to see sunrise at Angkor Wat. So got in a tuk-tuk, pitch black outside, and was there right when the gates opened, and it was still dark for about a half hour to an hour, but all of a sudden you saw the sunrise over Angkor Wat. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The colors, the ruins, it was just unlike anything I'd seen. But it was also a once-in-a-lifetime experience for about 1,000 other people. It was so busy there, but it was still cool. The environment was still really neat. All right, sunrise at Angkor Wat. Spectacular, very, very pretty. You got behind me, photo spot, still just a ton of people. Just, it's absurd. I mean, there's already gotta be 2,000 people in this place. So let's go explore it. Explored a couple places because the next day we were going to Angkor Wat as a family. All right, we have made it to Angkor Wat. We're just passing through the main gate now.
Yeah, we set out to see Angkor Wat for sunset.
Yeah, right as it's closing.
Yeah, and it was really, really fun. The kids kind of ran and explored, and there's so many little nooks and crannies of the temple to explore.
Yeah, it's like a maze, but we toured every spot we could within that place. Kids were in really good spirits, and it was a lot of fun to see, get lost, explore, and see this place that I've seen in pictures for numbers of years. And so to actually be there, experience with the family was really cool. That'll do it for family day at Angkor Wat. It's fun. Kids are tired. Maybe we can cheer them up with some ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah, of course. Fun spot.
And then we went to another one.
Yeah. So we had enough, I think, good spirits the first day, where the next day we went to Bayon Temple. Where are we now?
We're at the Bayon Temple at Angkor Wat. And we got here just in time for opening at 7:30.
Now, Bayon Temple isn't as large as Angkor Wat, but neither are the crowds. But some of that we just kind of explored. It was kind of like a playground for the kids where they could run around. We saw some monkeys and explored that place as well. Oh, and there were a couple other places close by. The Terrace of the Leper King and the Terrace of the Elephants.
Yeah.
Which, if those names don't do it for you, I don't know what will, but enough interest there where we checked it out.
Down below, we hiked in the sky.
You did? What can you see from up here?
Everything.
And then we circled back through the Bayon Temple before ending our day. At this point, me and the girls were getting a little temple rowdy.
They were over the temples for some reason.
We needed a break. So we set out to explore some of the other activities that we could find in Siem Reap.
Yeah.
The first thing we did was go to a pottery class at the Khmer Ceramics Fine Art Center. And the girls were able to learn how to use a pottery wheel and make a few different pieces of pottery.
Hazel, are you proud? What are you making?
A pot.
A pot?
Out of clay.
Out of clay? Let me see it.
Instead of green stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nora is finishing up her last design here. The one she gets to keep and take home is this vase. And Nora, what are you putting on it? Snowflakes for who?
Elsa.
Elsa. Wow. Look at that. All right, so the kids just wrapped up their works of art and picked out one that they will put in the kiln and that we'll pick up tomorrow. But really cool experience. I think the instructors were really nice, really sweet, and what we came to find was that everyone here, the instructors, were deaf, and so they did a great job with sign language and showing the kids how to do their artwork. And I think one of the early highlights from Siem Reap. What did you think, Nora?
This is a really fun activity, and we felt good about supporting such a good organization that was doing a lot for the local community.
Yeah, one of the highlights of Siem Reap for sure.
Oh, Hazel, is that yours?
It's beautiful.
Nora, how cool is that?
So this one you can put flour inside.
One day we checked out the APOPO HeroRat Demining facility.
Yeah, in such a beautiful country, you kind of forget how dark its history was and how brutal this place was just decades ago with the killing fields, Khmer Rouge, all of the landmines that have been planted throughout Cambodia. You just forget all of that. And so to see a lot of this and learn what this organization was doing was a cool part of really educating ourselves about Cambodia. All right, today we're checking out APOPO Humanitarian Demining. It's a place where they teach rats to find mines in Cambodia. So let's learn a little bit. And so they have these rats,
Really big rats.
these huge rats that actually sniff around, and they're trained to find landmines. And they're light enough where they don't set the landmines off.
And they're way more efficient than other techniques for finding landmines.
So amazing. And so we saw them do a lot of their like examples of how they'd find a landmine. They also had a lot of interactive displays, which the kids loved. They loved going to this place. And it was just a really cool, educational, and fascinating experience within Cambodia. We're just leaving APOPO. Nora and Hazel, what did you think of those rats and finding those mines? Super cool. Did you want to take one home with you? Yeah.
Southeast Asia is known for night markets, and we knew we wanted to check them out. We set out to enjoy one in Siem Reap and got the kids really excited about it.
Follow the signs, right back to you, back to you, back to you. Right back to you, back to you.
We gave them some money and let them pick out their favorite souvenir.
You get $1 to spend at the market. What are you gonna get?
I don't know.
And
Yeah.
fun fact, the currency used in Cambodia is the US dollar. Fascinating.
The kids loved taking their time, finding the absolute perfect souvenir,
Their sweet time.
and sometimes negotiating.
Yeah, and it was fun. I think they had a good time. They got these purses and they enjoyed it, and it was fun walking around. Didn't buy much more than that, but a cool experience and our first taste of Southeast Asian night markets.
Did you like it?
And look at this. Boop.
Get. What'd you get?
A purse.
Whoa, beautiful. Nora, what was the original price?
2.
And how'd you get her down?
Pricing $1.
Good job.
We got to celebrate a birthday in Cambodia. Hazel turned 4.
All right, whose last night as a 3-year-old? It's your birthday. How old are you, Hazel?
She was so excited for her birthday, as all kids are. We didn't have a lot of decorations or a lot of presents,
They're
but
pathetic.
yeah, it was bordering on sad. But she didn't care.
She was a good sport.
She loved it.
A birthday card for the birthday card. That's a little, is that a little too short? Look at that! That was my idea.
And we were staying at a hotel that made it pretty special for her as well.
So happy 4th birthday, Hazel.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hazel.
How about we have 2 hugs?
Did you have a great birthday? What was your favorite part about your 4th birthday?
Eating cake.
Eating cake?
No, everything.
Everything?
Now, while Kelly and the kids were a bit templed out, I still had my 7-day pass to use, and so use it I was going to do. A number of mornings before Kelly and the kids woke up, I would go off to these lesser-known temples, but while they were lesser known, that also made them basically empty. And I saw probably 10 to 12 different temples, and it was so cool seeing the different sizes, the different designs, the different architecture. It was really very cool, and for some reason I never got templed out. I just found it super fascinating to see all of what was out there, and just the age and the architecture that went into all of this was so, so cool.
Although the kids got a bit templed out, we did want to hit up one last temple, and we went to Ta Prohm, which is known for some overgrown trees that have really taken over the temple.
Yeah, and learning our lessons from the past temples, what we wanted to do was really engage and excite the kids with this temple experience. And so in our tuk-tuk in the morning, we hit a little mystery note to the treasure of Ta Prohm.
A treasure. Mom, it's a treasure. It's hidden at the
The kids got really into it and seeking out the different clues and treasure, and it made it super fun for them to kind of run around.
Throughout Ta Prohm, they were looking for these clues that we had written them, and they found them, then they found the next one, and then ultimately found the treasure of Ta Prohm.
What'd you find?
A clue.
All right, what does it say?
A dinosaur?
Look, carvings. Maybe the dinosaur.
The Stegosaurus. What's up there?
You are close to the treasure. X marks the spot. Looks like there's a little map. So you're here, 15 big steps. Treasure?
We found the treasure!
Good job, you guys.
It was 35 cents.
About 35 cents, but they were stoked. It was fun, it was cool, it kept them engaged, and it also allowed us to see a ton of this temple, and a really cool temple at that. I think
my favorite.
Maybe your favorite, yeah. I think probably top 2 or 3 for me.
Yeah. Our final adventure in Cambodia was visiting the floating village of Kampong Khleang. It was fascinating to see this village. Everything is built on 20-foot stilts because the river rises that much during the rainy season.
Yeah, it just transforms this village. All of a sudden, the water is basically up to their doorstep. And
Everyone has boats. That's their, no cars, boats.
Yeah, only boats.
Yeah.
And so we toured this village, and we were able to kind of tour a house, explore the house, and just the massive scale of this village was astounding.
Don't count your steps, or count your blessed, forget the rest. Look at all the good instead. Or when you fall in troubled times, just know that the sun will rise. On countless times, open your eyes and celebrate tonight. Whoa, let the love flood you. Just look around, you got people.
Village was really fascinating. The people in it were actually even more fascinating. Now, it wasn't the most wealthy of places. In fact, I think they were quite poor there. But the spirit and the vibrancy of the people that we met was just so infectious, and it was so fun to interact with them. And while we were instructed not to take any video or do anything like that, to be able to do that and share some things with some of the local children was something we won't soon forget. So really, really cool, also very humbling experience to set foot in this village.
After we toured the village, we had a chance to get out on the water. And it was really fun to get on a fishing boat and go through the river all the way to this huge lake called the Tonle Sap Lake.
Whoa, let the love flood you. Just look around, you got people love you. People love you. People love you. Just look around, you got people love you.
This huge, gigantic lake in Cambodia. And so our little fishing boat got out there right around sunset, and we really took it in. We saw all these other just floating, truly floating villages on the lake. And it was a really cool, fitting, spectacular way to end our time in this amazing country of Cambodia.
We all got problems, just know that we lean on our friends and our family to catch us when we fall. Just look around, you got people love you. People love you.
Cambodia was just a really great stop. We all loved it. I think it exceeded expectations.
Yeah, for sure.
And one of the favorites of the trip.
Totally. So Cambodia, you've been awesome, but where are we up to next, Kelly?
Thailand.
Thailand. Some elephants, maybe some more temples if the kids are still up for it.
Some Thai food.
Some Thai food. We're excited. We're super excited. But Cambodia, we've loved you. Thanks for everything. Bye, Cambodia.
All right, that'll do it for Cambodia. We're on our way to Thailand. Guys, you want to say goodbye to Cambodia? Bye, Cambodia. Our chariot awaits.
Can you please meow? I hope you mount this time.